Hello, my name is Olabisi Usedame. I am a mental health practitioner, I'm a trauma therapist, and an educator. And, on this channel, we're going to be exploring psychology behind our behaviors, our relationships, and how we, tend to understand ourselves and to help us heal deeply. Now, let's go into today's conversation. Have you ever replayed the conversation 20 times? Have you ever wondered, have I said the wrong thing? Have you spent hours imagining every possible outcome to a particular scenario? People often call this overthinking, but I don't think that is the real problem. The real problem is that your brain no longer trusts uncertainty, and we know that life in itself is uncertain. Many people believe that overthinking happens because they are too intelligent or they care deeply. That is sometimes true, but more often, overthinking is your brain trying to create certainty in situations where certainty simply does not exist. Think about it. Do you know that when life is so, going in order, seems perfect, you don't overthink. You will just make a decision and you just move along with it. But when life becomes overwhelming and relationships feel unpredictable, work is just all over the place, all of a sudden, you feel uncertain in making just simple decisions. And then your brain begins to search for answers. Answers that don't even exist. And that is when you begin to ask yourself things like, did I say the wrong thing? Am I going to say the wrong thing? What if I make the wrong decision? What if this is not the right way to go about this situation? What if something even goes wrong? Have you noticed something in all this self reflection that you're doing? Is that you're trying to rewrite the past. And sometimes you're even trying to control the outcome of the future. And you and I know that to a very large extent, there are certain things that you cannot control. We will never, ever find the perfect response to certain questions that pop up in our head. No matter how many times we imagine hundreds of future scenarios, believing that we should prepare for every of these scenarios, that we will be fine, nothing can hurt us. Come on. To a very large extent, things will happen without you even knowing what to do or how to go about it. No matter how much you try to adopt overthinking, overthinking will never, ever solve uncertainty. Life is uncertain. It can never really completely be solved. Now, one reason that people feel uncertain and overthink is that they don't feel emotionally safe enough to make imperfect decision. Emotional safety is coming up again in this. You can never be convinced enough. You can never be comfortable enough. You can never be calm enough to be able to be in charge of a situation or respond in a perfect manner. Maybe in the past, you've come across a situation where you made the wrong decision and the consequence was serious and probably disastrous. And you may have learned over time that one wrong decision can change the trajectory of your life. So now somehow your brain is transfixed on that particular philosophy that if I think long enough and weigh all my options, then I will now make the right decision. And the truth is, perfection will never arrive. You know what then happens? Your thoughts become louder because you've given it so much power. Anxiety becomes stronger. You feel stuck. And then something happens. Some people begin to freeze. Others just stop making decisions completely. Others keep checking, researching, asking people, seeking counsel, seeking reassurance. The thinking may feel productive, but you know what happens? There is what? Paralysis. Analysis paralysis. Because then you're not able to make a decision because you're not confident enough. And then you just almost stall every other thing. Now, not every deep thinker is overthinking. Reflection is healthy, Don't get me wrong. Problem solving is healthy. Analyzing is healthy. Learning from mistakes is healthy. But the question here is, are your thoughts helping you move forward, or are they keeping you emotionally stuck? If you have been thinking the same problems for days, weeks, or even months without gaining any new information, your brain may no longer be solving the problem. It may just simply be trying to feel safe, and fear comes in. That's an important difference. Sometimes the answer isn't finding one more piece of information, seeking one more counsel. Sometimes the answer is building your confidence and the ability to cope no matter what the outcome will be in making that decision. So emotional intelligence, emotional safety, emotional resilience isn't always about believing in the best choice or making the best choice. It's about, you know what, whatever decision I have made, whatever the outcome is, I will face it head on. I will develop the right coping mechanism and move along with it. So if you are struggling with overthinking, instead of asking yourself, how can I stop overthinking? Try asking yourself, what am I trying to protect myself from? Is it from the trauma of the past, the fear of the mistake I made that had a huge consequence? Or I'm just afraid? When you're able to answer that question, what comes from that is healing. Healing and reassurance, okay? That you know what, no matter the decision I have decided to make, I will face it head on. I would love to hear from you. When you overthink, are you usually replaying the past, or you're trying to control a part of your future? I would love you to comment in the comment section. So if this video has helped you understand yourself a little better, please give it a like, subscribe to this channel, and share it with someone who you know lives inside of their thoughts a lot of times. Here, we don't just talk about psychology. We also want to help you to understand yourself better, to heal well, and to build emotional, healthier lives. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.